First off, can everybody hear me and can everyone see my screen? Okay, good. All right. So I'm actually going to make this smaller so that, because the way I record these, I don't want the GoToWebinar box to get in the way. I'll probably also make some notes on this afterwards because I've got some really important stuff to go over. Or at least I feel like it's pretty important and helpful. But it's not all tied together. Like it's a couple of sort of unrelated concepts that, tied together in the sense that it's all with the intent of helping you all get more and better results, right? So the first thing I want to talk about is doing everything that you can to increase engagement with your list. And by engagement, I mean getting into a conversation with them in any way, shape, or form. Through email, through Facebook, through them calling or texting you. Most of you are on my list and you get my emails, and so you've probably seen that I've been including my cell phone number, my personal cell phone number, in my emails for, I don't know, a couple weeks now. And I'm getting people calling. Now, are some of the people annoying and do I want to get them off the phone quickly? Yes. But it's different. They're chasing me, right? I'm not making outbound phone calls. And it's the way that they want to, communicate. Now, having that, I've gotten several sales from people that they just wanted to talk to a person and know that there's a real person, right? It's not somebody hiding behind their computer. None of the longest conversation I had was probably earlier today. Most of them are very short. The longest one I've had was earlier today. It was probably 15 or 20 minutes. It was a guy who's got, he's a pretty sad story, but he's ready for some redemption. And Dave Sharp's video really resonated with him. And he's getting going next Thursday, I think. I've gotten lots of people who friend request me. Okay? It's different positioning if they're requesting to be your friend than if you're requesting to be their friend. Everyone who sends me a friend request, as long as it, they don't look like some shady, I try and look and see, is it someone I should accept their friend request? And then once I do, I always send them a message. Hey, thanks for the ad. How can I help you? Right? I'm asking them a question. I want to help them. And then I'll try and find something to put in the PS. Like friend requested me yesterday, and they had actually shared a video of mine. And so I put in the PS, hey, thanks for sharing my video. That was pretty awesome. Thanks. Whatever. So I want to show you a specific email that got way higher than normal open rate and got me tons of engagement. I don't know why my screen just went crazy. So I'm going to start by showing you that. Maybe I will. Where is it? Yes, these two. I want to help you and I want to help you. Actually, this one got really high open. Now, you see 350. I have 2 get response accounts. Don't ask why. It's stupid, but I do. I'm in one of them. I do the same exact messages in both accounts to this list. So there's nothing different. My other account, I have about 13,000 leads. But let's just look at this. And this is partly why I wanted to, I plan on maybe making some notes as well, because I want you guys to be able to take and check these out. So the subject line, I want to help you in all capitals, right? It's getting late on Sunday night, so I'll be brief. I'm putting together some new training over the next couple weeks, and I want it to help you. So I need to know what you need help with right now. Just hit reply and let me know, right? And I got tons of replies. But notice I also include calls to action, right? Work directly with me here, helping you achieve personal prosperity. If you haven't already done so, you should watch this video. I don't even remember. Oh, I send this one to the 3D Wealth video. And then the next one was this. There we go. All right, so then I say, first off, I want to say thank you to all the folks who have taken the time to respond to the email that I sent yesterday. There have been pretty much 3 themes, right? You'd like to get more info on driving traffic and getting leads, so I'll be doing some free training on this topic starting as early as this week. I think that's what we're going to make next week's live hangout. I am going to do a live hangout this week. I've just been I just haven't had the bandwidth this week to do that. I just haven't. Many of you really needed a completely free system to use to get started, so that you can then join our team. If that's you, you're in luck. Most of you have seen this. I told you this is going to be all over the place today. Most of you have seen this system. Chuck is actually on the prosperity team. Some of you have seen another system. It's actually the exact same system, just with a different skin. I would recommend that all of you get access to this. I'll put the link in the chat. I'll put the link in the doc that I create for this. But this is truly a free system that someone could use to generate some revenue to fund their Empower Network business, right? So I did get a ton of people that said, hey, I really want to do this. I'm completely broke. Like I have no money at all. That was like, I'm not making up what people were saying, right? This is what they were saying. And so ultimately, what we need to be is problem solvers, right? We need to be problem solvers. And we have to have different tools in our tool belt to help people, right? So whether or not the person actually uses this, you are becoming a person who delivers value by listening to them and providing, what it is they need or feel they need, right? The cool thing is, this system, step 3, is basically go sign up for Empower so you can earn residual income. Because this system, you can earn $20 to $50 payouts with PayPal, but there's no residual income. And so by using this, this week alone, I've gotten at least 1, if not 2 signups by people going through this who said, I'm completely broke, and then signed up anyway. So that's what I put for number 2 in there. And number 3, lastly, a good many of you responded with something along the lines, I still don't fully understand how all this works. And so I thought I'd take a minute and share one of the most important differences between unsuccessful people and successful people. And you can read that. And I turned that into a video. That's something that Dave and Dave talk about a lot, and I found it to be 100% true. The better I am at doing this, the more successful I am. And by doing this is taking action before you know everything, or the timing is perfect, right? So, like, for example, on this, my hope is all of you, as soon as we're done here, will take some action on what we covered here. Maybe you don't do everything that we talked about here, but you do something, right? And the faster you can implement, and even just, I felt like I've been pretty good at this, but even recently, I've been even more conscious and getting even better at this, at, just implementing as soon as I learn something. As soon as you read something in a book, that triggers like, hey, I should do a video about that. Go do the video, or go do the email or the blog post. Like, go do it immediately. Stop reading and do it, and then come back to what you're doing. That is how you get massive results, and you have, paradigm shifts in your business. Anyway, rant. I like to rant. Anyway, where was I going with this? Good golly. Anyway, this is a good series, and something to keep in mind when you're creating emails is if you can story them together. So this email is a story off of yesterday's email. I'm actually yesterday and even Wednesday night, I sent out an email that I had created in August, a video and an email that I had created in August. And I know that it got a bunch of engagement and it got me some sales. And so rather than, and I do this often because I create so much content and take so much action, I'll go back and look at what works. And sometimes I'll take exactly what worked and just reuse it. Because look, first of all, the first time I did it, my list, the main list that I sent it to was about a third of the size it is now. So a bunch of the people had never seen this email before. And most people, if they had, they wouldn't remember that they had seen it before anyway. So what I did was I sent that video out Wednesday night. I sent it out again Thursday with a different subject line. And now right before this, I sent out a follow-up video that I created back in August when I first created these two videos. I sent up a follow-up video to that original video based upon emails that I was getting and comments I was getting and so forth. And so the more you can story and make your emails like a soap opera, especially with how frequently that I recommend you email, the better off you will be. Because whether or not you're getting a lot of feedback, people do take notice of that. Even if you're not getting replies or comments to your videos and so forth, people are watching, right? And they eventually, when they do then take action, all of that sort of adds up and and creates an action point for them. Man, I get so many ideas, and I'm so ADD, and I'm drinking coffee. It's just not a good combination right now. So, to synopsize here, because then I want to move on to something else. Focus on creating engagement with your emails, and create multiple ways for people to engage with you. And I was sort of reminded of this. I'm reading Gary Vaynerchuk's new book, and I know at least Mark on here is reading it as well. Jab, 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 right hook is what it's called. And it was reminding me of his other books. I haven't read his other books in a while, but I have read his other books. And it reminded me that has been a huge, huge factor in the success of all my online ventures is connecting with people on their terms and doing anything possible to let them know that, like, hey, I'm not just some guy hiding behind my computer, right? That's point number one. Point number two, try and create soap opera sequences with your emails. Reference past emails or past videos. Tie in. So like later tonight, I'm going to congratulate all the people who have joined this week, who have joined my team this week. It's like, I don't remember, it's 7 or 8. And so that's just another story. And I'll probably tie in like what video they watched or whatever. And in this case, it'll be, I'll point to Dave Sharp's video. And the last point is, don't be afraid to, as you've done this, like I know Michael, you now have a lot of emails. Mark, you're getting to a point where you have a lot of emails that you sent. Jeff, you're getting to a point where, you've got a lot of emails. Go back and look at the data, the information, and look at which ones worked and either reuse them or try to create more emails like that. And by worked, I mean, which ones got more open rate or which ones got a higher click-through rate and so forth, and try to either mimic them more frequently or simply reuse them. Like I got to do a little bit of traveling next week, so I'm going to be regurgitating even more old emails because it's just easier and because you can do it. Like, you don't always have to be creating new stuff if you've got stuff that's working or has worked. All right. Another strategy that I would recommend for you, those of you who are building a fan base, right? A fan page and a fan base. I would recommend when you create a new video, I would recommend, whoops, and some of you have seen me do this as well. I'm doing this 2 to 3 times a week, where instead of sending people to a blog post, I will send them to the content that I've created directly on my fan page. And go back to here and I'll show you an example email. If I can find one. Can't remember if that one was it. Bass Ackwards. Yeah, I think that one. Yeah. Okay, so this is a video that I put on my fan page. So if people click on it, you know, my hyperlinks or the thumbnail, they're going to go directly to that video on the fan page. Now, the reason I don't recommend that you do this exclusively is because there's a lot of distraction on Facebook, right? They're going to go to something that looks like this. There's ads on the right. They can see, oh gosh, I've got notifications, I've got, you know, comments or messages, etc. So I don't believe you should do this exclusively, but I believe that you should do this once or twice a week, maybe even as many as 3 times a week. I've been doing it once or twice a week because you can get, whoops, I thought it was going to autoplay. Because you can get people to like and share it, and you can create viral traffic that gets you immediate results, right? Because blogging is a longer term play. But you can, you know, this is social media optimization versus SEO, you know, search engine, social media optimization at its finest. And so the syndication process that I recommend doing is I'll take a video and I'll put it on my fan page. I didn't mean to do that. I really should be making notes as we're doing this. I got so excited because I had so much good stuff to share with y'all. I should have planned a little bit better. But I'll go back and sort of bullet out some of this stuff. But I'll take a video. This is bogged down because I'm recording and go to webinar and so forth. I'll take a video. I'll upload it directly here, right? So for example, here you can see this one. This one has, look at that, 34 shares, 88 likes. Now I am driving traffic to this because this is actually one of the things I'm going to show you next is my recent Facebook pay-per-click ad test. So I'll upload the video. I'll create calls to action like this. And then to get the direct link, okay, so sorry, let me get ahead. I'm getting ahead of myself. So to start the syndication process, I will like the post that I create as myself and as my page. So it gets it 2 likes automatically. Then I will go and share it. And you can share it to your personal profile. You can share it to groups that you're in. It's totally up to you. You can share it on a different page if you've got multiple pages. I didn't even know this. You can share in a private message. That's weird. I never even saw that before. I mean, I've seen it, but it just never even clicked with me. But you could go in a group, and I don't think this account that I have logged into has any groups assigned to it. But and so what I usually do is I'll go ahead and share it 5 different places because it creates some social proof immediately. And then if you've got enough fans already built up, I'll do a boost of the post for like $5 I'll spend to boost the post. You can also take the link and directly post it into groups. There's some advantages of doing both. So I would share it to 5 groups, and then I would take the direct link. Let's go back over here to the other account that I'm in. I would take the direct link. I would copy the link address. I'd go over, find some groups, find my groups list. Let's go here. And I would simply post this, paste the link in, or I would try to, and I actually then delete the link, and then see how it creates this preview, and then it's pretty cool the way it looks here. See how it looks there? Now, for some reason, if you share it into a group, at least I believe, it doesn't include this description here, which includes your call to action, which is why I recommend doing both. Sharing them directly from your page and then actually posting it a few times into groups. And I would do 10 or 15, maybe 20. Or if this is a part of your marketing and traffic strategy, you could go nuts with it if you want. Just space it out throughout the day. And you can get, if your content's good, you can get likes and comments and shares inside of groups too. I don't always get that, but I do get that sometimes. And then lastly, I send an email like this. Like the one I was showing, which I don't know what happened to it. Oh, I clicked on it. Here we go. We lost it. There we go. I would recommend, again, if you're, many of you are creating content, right? I know Mark, you're creating videos. Jeff, you're creating videos. That it's a great way to syndicate your content, to brand yourself, to get your face out there. I've gotten at least one sign up this week where I can't even figure out where the person came from. And I'm sure it's through stuff like this. It's just from syndicating content and attracting people to me, and and not even specifically from specific traffic campaigns per se. All right, so that was, let me do this. Good golly. And guys, if you have any questions, thoughts, anything at all, this is for you guys. So drop them in the question box. I'm happy to go wherever with this. I have one other thing. I think one primary other item to share, and then we'll either let everybody go or we can spend however long on Q&A. While I'm pulling this up, I would, if you guys aren't already plugging into the Prosperity Team daily go-to-meeting mastermind calls, I would definitely check those out. Like, for some of you, I know a few of you on here are all in. The all-in call yesterday was fantastic, and you can go in, and I'll show you. I'll show everybody. You can go in and get the replay. I'll show everybody how to do that in just a minute. Gosh. Example, I want to help you email. Syndicate your videos Facebook. I will outline the steps here for that. Some random points that I'll add up here too is Prosperity Team has started doing every Monday at 7 o'clock. This is a huge deal. A new member training. And I've created like a page that we can use to promote. Because the page they have, you can't promote at the end of it. So I created this page, and I'll put the most recent version of the new member training there. But also know that when you bring in new people, get them to that new member training. It walks through everything that they should do, like both inside of Empower and to get started with the Prosperity Team. It's really, really good. And it's going to alleviate a lot of confusion for folks. Also, if you guys, any page like this page, this is what I just emailed out to my list. Any page that you see like this, that you would like me to make so you can promote to your list, you just have to ask. It takes me a little bit of work, but I'm happy to do it. And if I may also tell you, no, you don't want to send that one. It didn't do very well, but I'm happy to do that. And or, any of these videos, I put all my videos on YouTube, so you can grab any of them and embed. Now, I do put my links, so if they click over to the YouTube and description, that's why I say it might just be easier for me to make a page that you can email to. Anyway, let's see here. Back on track, please. Gosh, golly, geez. So, for example, I'll give you an example of that. Last night, I shot a video showing the viral blogging training bonuses, because there's 5 training bonuses that people get immediate access to. Lawrence Tam, Vic Strisshouse, Aaron Rashkin, Justin Vrenja, and Dave Sharp. And so this is an example of one of those where I can take any post like that and add the ID. And in fact, this one can. Now, I don't know if it's worth sending that one out, but I created it. I was in there doing it, and I thought, this one might work well, so I made it like that for everybody. So, some questions. What was your open rate for that most recent video you had more success with? Which one do you mean, Mark? I mean, I'll show you any of my open rates. I don't care. I'm not trying to hide nothing. Let's see here. Now, this one I just sent. Like, literally, that's what I was doing when I fired up the webinar. And Friday afternoons, the open rate is never very good, but I don't care. I mail like crazy. This one I sent last night. Your bonuses. That's a little higher than normal for me. I'm averaging, a normal email is like 5 to 8%. But, let's just look at a couple more. The evening emails, I believe, are getting higher open rate. Like this is 11%, and that was at night. I should try. I've been doing late afternoon and then in the evening. I haven't sent a morning email in a while. I should send a morning and see what the open rate is, because afternoon has just been okay. Well, here's an afternoon one that got high open rate. You're wondering, does this actually work? That one actually, that's a good one too. That did well, and I think that's one that all of you can replicate. It's just basically a text email with the call to action being to a page that you all have. It's not any like video content by me or anything like that. Here's the I want to help you, and so that one got 13, and then when I did the RE I want to help you, 17, almost 18. And the interesting thing there is the click-through rate. Oh yeah, that one there was a stronger call to action. The initial email, the I want to help you, I really wasn't making a pitch. I was just telling them to respond, but a bunch of people clicked because I did have links in there, right? Just building the list. Just building the list. Need the best resource for figuring out how to get leads to the squeeze pages. I've started blogging and using simple strategies of sharing socially, but ready to spend some money and ramp this up. Okay, well, good. That's where I was going to go to now, Scott. So we definitely. Let me do a couple of things here. I'm gonna log into Prosperity Team. Because I want to talk about 3 different sources for leads right now, maybe 4, 3 or 4. Now under Gold, which I know not all of you have the Gold access, there are 2 traffic resources. One you don't actually need Gold access to, which I'll show you. But those of you who have Gold, you can get the iPaaS traffic. Okay, you can see that right here. Or powered clicks. Now this one you do not have to be a member to get. I think there might be like a little itty bitty deal on this for members. And honestly, Powered Clicks has an affiliate account. This is not my affiliate link. Maybe I'll put my affiliate link in there. But I have used Powered Clicks with I would very good results. What was the other one I wanted to share? It's escaping me right now, but it'll come to me. But what I wanted to show is some. What I also wanted to show. Well, let's just talk about some numbers. So with this traffic, I'm seeing anywhere from 25 to high 30 opt-in percentage, and then so the leads are costing. If I reverse engineer, they're costing $2 to $3. If I'm reverse engineering the math correctly there. And I'm getting conversions with the Powered Clicks. I'm getting like not just opt-ins but sales. And that number will continue to go up the number of conversions as email regularly daily. So let's take a minute. I want to go over. Sorry. I'm going to log out and log into the account that I use for Facebook ads because I'm doing a bunch of new testing because Facebook made a couple of slight changes recently that I've just started retesting some things. I do a lot of Facebook pay-per-click, but see, I haven't been doing a whole lot recently, except for yesterday and today. So these are all campaigns that I created yesterday, some of which are doing a promoted post. So they're actually promoting the one that, let's see here, Stop Calling Leads video. The one that I had showed just a minute ago that has the 34 shares and stuff. This one right here. Oh, somebody else. Oh no, that was me sharing it again, showing you guys to share, or maybe it was. I don't know. But I'm promoting. I'm doing a promoted post for that. In fact, I'll show you. So for that type, I'm doing a page post engagement. And I'm just selecting my page. It'll grab the most recent video or most recent post, and then you can click continue. Okay, so that's what the preview looks like. And then how I'm targeting, well, that's weird. Doesn't have my custom audiences. Oh, there they are. So how I'm targeting right now is by doing custom audiences. Now that's an advanced strategy. And one that I'm going to do a complete training on. I'm using a software called Social Lead Freak, which I was actually checking out right before I got on here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the pro account, which will allow all of you to get your own license of the software for free. I just realized this before I got on here that you can do this. But here's what it allows you to do. It's pretty cool. You can take a page or a group and extract the Facebook user IDs for groups for anyone in the group, and for pages anyone who likes or comments on the page. It will extract those user IDs, and then you can upload that list and create a custom audience to target. Now, why do you do that? Well, because you can more strategically target smaller audiences who are more likely to engage and end up opting in. Now, I'll tell you why I'm doing all this is because I've realized that a lot of the signups that I got in September were for Facebook ads. And I got frustrated in October and even part of November with Facebook because they had changed some things, and I just wasn't seeing the same results and so forth. And I realized, like, hey, just step up your game, try some different things, and figure it out, right? So half of these are promoting this post. The other half are going direct to a capture page. Okay, so like this one right here. Now this one's actually performing the worst of any of these. If you notice, according to Facebook anyway, I have paid $13 for 2 opt-ins. Now their tracking isn't 100% accurate. But this is the page that I'm sending all of that traffic to. Okay. I'm happy to make this. I can't replicate this perfectly because the platform that I use for this, Lead Pages, they changed this template slightly. They don't have the opt-in box now. It's a button that then pops an opt-in box. But I can make a version of that for you all. Anyone interested? But that's what I'm sending all the traffic to. And here's what I know yesterday is that I spent $168 and I got 80 or 97 leads. So my cost per lead was under $2. And the other things that I know were that all of the leads are like the target audience we want. They're people interested in network marketing, MLM, affiliate marketing. You know, it's very tightly targeted. And so this is definitely advanced and requires a lot more work than just saying, hey, powered clicks, I'd like to spend $170 and get 200 clicks and I'll get, 50 to 80 leads, right? Definitely, we're different ball game here. But for those of you interested, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a pro account here so you can get a Social Lead Freak account if you want. You can also make this work just by the broad targeting, because you can type in words like network marketing. You can type in words like affiliate marketing and so forth, and you can do targeting like that. And we've got member only content on this. And there's also additional training in prosperity prosperity team training on this as well. But what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to get the pro account of that Social Lead Freak so I can get you guys all your own version of it, so you can play around with it if that's what you want. Because I'm talking about a lot of different stuff here, I don't want any of you to get overwhelmed because we have people on who are at different points in their business. This is an advanced strategy and one that some of you will want to take on the task of figuring out. But not all of you can or should, right? What you need to do is pick 2 to 3 strategies, paid or free, and just get really good at those. And don't try and do all of them, right? Like the ones that I do are I do Facebook pay-per-click. I buy media like powered clicks and other stuff. And then I use sort of free social media syndication type stuff as well. But there's lots of other ways that you can do. Like, for example, Kevin Souza, who's in Prosperity Team, he gets crazy amount of leads. Watch this. This is pretty crazy. And there's a training in the Prosperity Team. I forget under what level. But I think he gets all of his leads doing this kind of shit. Sorry, excuse my language. Man, this is bogged down. He just shares images and videos like this, asks a question or makes a comment, and then he just got a link here that, oh, by the way, just goes to a capture page, which quite honestly most of the time has no relevance to what he's posting, but he gets so much viral activity that he ends up getting leads. Now, this didn't happen overnight. But look at it. I mean, he's crazy. And this is all free. I mean, this is all free stuff that he does. So, wow. We're at 45 minutes. Who has questions, comments, anything at all? So, Scott. So, for you, Scott, I would start with, let's get you a page that you can do do a powered clicks media buy. The 3 paid sources that I would recommend right now are the iPaaS traffic, the powered clicks, and the and Facebook pay-per-click, and then the buy leads, not clicks. The jury's still out on that for me, and I hope everyone understands that I said this from the start. Look, I don't know the results, but it's something I'm testing myself, and I still know long term, I'll ROI that traffic. But the jury's still out for me a little bit on the quality of the leads. So yeah, anyway, does anybody have any questions, comments, anything else? I hope this was helpful. I know it was like totally all over the board. Richard, what would you like me to do? Richard, if you haven't already done so, go through the new member training and start doing, I should have brought this up. Everyone should be following this. If you look at if there's ever a time where you're like, I have time to take action, I don't know what to do, go to the Prosperity blog, look at the most recent assignment, and do it. So Richard, that's what I want you to focus on. Focus on doing these assignments for now. He walks you. There's a full training on how to complete the assignment. And then there's even, for example, there's done for you blog content, which if you don't know what to blog about, and he shows you how to take the blog content and create a blog post with it, right? And then he's got it broken down. Part 1 is create the blog post. Part 2 is get eyeballs on your blog. Part 3 is build up your following. And then personal development is sort of category 2 of things. And they've got some, some steps there. And then the third is marketing. And notice it's got one active, one passive. So, and it's got, here's what I'm talking about, it like getting good at just a couple of good things, not trying to, like, you will drive yourself crazy if you try to get good at all of these. Get good at 2 of these, or even 1 of these to start. And see, passive is you do something and then you wait for results to happen. Active is like actively doing stuff. So for example, Facebook chatting, LinkedIn messaging, answering emails to prospects, and so forth. So things that like require, that isn't leveraged per se. This is like leveraged. This is unleveraged. And they recommend, do a little of both each day. And again, if it's something that's not covered in the video at the top here, they tell you where to find training on how to do it. Right? Yeah, Richard, this you don't even have to log into the Prosperity Team to see. It's just prosperityteam.com/blog. And I'm chatting that to you as well, Richard. All right, guys. As always, I'm here to help you guys. That's my reason for doing this. Next week we will do a live hangout. Well, you guys all have the link. Basically, the link remains constant. The topic, the exact topic. I'll come up with a catchy title this weekend or Monday at the latest, and we'll do that Wednesday night. That's A. B. Keep emailing, keep building your email list, and know that I'm now getting numerous people signing up who have been on my list for a while. Right? You have to. I know it's hard sometimes. And even me, I was getting frustrated. Some of you saw this video by me earlier in the week. I was getting frustrated over the Thanksgiving break that I got fewer than normal signups over the Thanksgiving break. And I was getting a little frustrated. But then I was reminded, thankfully, by, I don't know, something I read or a video I saw, focus on what you control, right? You can control generating more leads, creating content, sending emails, syndicating content, so forth. You cannot control and force your prospects to sign up. If you've got Jedi mind tricks, good on you, use them. But you can't force that, right? So all you can control is what you can control, right? You can control taking daily action in the right direction. You can control doing the daily assignments. Right? And by doing that over time and persevering, success will come. Right? So, believe me, I get all the same, whatever feelings and inner talk that you get, I get it too. I've gotten pretty good at making it shut up, but it's still, it creeps up in all of us. So keep digging into stuff. Keep taking action. Remember, 80% take action, 20%, learning and so forth. Focus on taking action. And if you don't know what to do, just go to these blog posts and do the daily assignments. Do as much. They specifically have this outlined in such a way where it's you should do each part 1, or each of the blue headings. You should do all of the blue headings each day, and do more, depending on how much time, you can do more under each heading, right? So some days you'll have enough time to do all of this, right? And some days you don't have as much time, so you'll only be able to do this one, right? But that will guide you and push you and keep you on track, especially on the days where like, man, I don't know what to do, or even if you're thinking, geez, I'm doing all this stuff and nothing's happening. I'm telling you, just keep doing. The success will come. All right, I did record this. I'll get this up. I got a lot of work to do on that document. Guys, let me know if you need anything, and we'll talk soon. We'll talk next week. Everybody have a rockin' weekend.
The organizer has ended the session, and